I truthfully love this episode. I'll say it here. I like this episode a lot. It's not funny. And yeah, this episode was aired out of order, so must do what needs to be done. Hello everyone, Mega Man NG here, and I am back with another TMNT 2012 Season 2 episode review. That's a lot. Anyway, we're going to be talking about this episode, Episode 3, Invasion of the Squirrelanoids. They say that it's Episode 2, when in truth it's Episode 3. I already mentioned this in the previous episode review, so there's no need to explain it again. Here's the deal. I'll provide a summary of the episode, as well as some of the main points, and there is a lot here that I'm going to talk about, so let's get this show started, shall we? Still on the hunt to find the missing mutagen, the turtles end up meeting a squirrel. But it's not just any squirrel, it's a mutant squirrel. After a homeless man ingests the mutant squirrel, they take him back to the sewers for study. But as they do so, the squirrel inside the homeless guy begins to multiply rapidly, and it spits out 2 eggs. They suddenly escape, and it suddenly goes from a minor issue to a major problem. Dealing with squirrels is bad enough, but mutated ones that are constantly multiplying is worse. Can the TMNT be able to quell it before it goes into a full-on invasion? As I mentioned already, I really enjoyed this episode a lot. Sometimes the best episodes, in my honest opinion, are the ones that don't have much in terms of action, but have much intention. As I mentioned, this is episode 3 of season 2. And if anyone says that I'm doing this out of order, it's because I'm following it by the production code. Yeah, that's how I did it when I with season 5, when they decided to air the episodes out of order, just for the heck of it. Why do you think the series finale ended up still being the most viewed one ever? I wish there was a video that could surpass that, but meh. Anyway, this episode feels like a horror movie, except this one pays loads of nods to various horror films. Well, it pays nods mostly to Alien, as well as Invasion, as well as several TMNT episodes, such as the 1987 episode Invasion of the Krangazords, which was a Season 7 episode, and I would recommend watching that because it was pretty good. And it also paid a nod to the Fast 2003 episode Invasion of the Bodyjacker, which was a Fast Forward episode. And I'll say it here, I enjoyed TMNT Fast Forward. I don't care what anybody says, and sure, it was different, but I liked it. Anyway, the Squirrelanoids make their first appearance here, and though they start off a minor issue, later on, they become a major problem, especially when they assume final forms. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they look like the xenomorphs from Alien. Yeah, the entire episode pays tribute to Alien. The Squirrelanoids are pretty much like the 2012 version of the pizza monsters that will hopefully appear later in the 87 series, and they look like the xenomorphs. Even when their tongues, they have like a mini mouth. Yeah, pure xenomorph style. Even Mikey has a serious field day with this. And speaking of Mikey, good God, Mikey ends up becoming part of the plot. His comic book, especially since it details what transpires. I mean, wow. It does detail what happens, and their reactions to this are just insane. Plus, Mikey's expressions throughout are some of the most hilarious things ever. Personally, he's one of my favorite things to see in the episode so far. He's one of my favorite moments, hands down. He also saves the day in a very surprising way. No other villains make their appearance here, but the Squirrelanoids count as a villain, especially when they assume final form and decide to be deadly like a bunch of alien xenomorphs. At least they won't have to deal with sending out facehuggers, though if the Squirrelanoids did send out something similar to a facehugger, that would be really scary. And I'm surprised there's no Queen Squirrelanoid, because that would be very threatening and very scary. There's not much in terms of action, but it makes up for it with its tension and intensity. And even Splinter gets involved, and it shows just how awesome he is. Plus, most of the episode took place within the turtle lair and the sewers. In a way, it's somewhat of a bottle episode. And like all good shocking moments, like in the film Alien, the ending tells you right away that they'll be back. They will be back, because as I saw the ending, I was spooked. Because I know for a fact that when they do return, they're going to get revenge. And I wonder if the follow-up episode involving them would pretty much be a nod to Aliens. Hey, guy can dream, right? I really enjoyed the episode a lot. It's one of my favorites so far of season 2. And sure, it doesn't have much in terms of action, like I said, but it makes up for it a lot with tension and intensity. Not to mention Mikey being the most hilarious thing ever. Everything about the episode was enjoyable from start to finish, including Mikey, who saves the day using the most unorthodox means ever, luring the Squirrelanoids to pretty much somewhat in an isolated sewer gat with popcorn. How do you like that? Just popcorn. I'm not going to complain about that, but it gives me more of a reason to enjoy it regardless. My rating for it will be in the description below, and the next episode review will be continuing tonight. I have to record 2 of these, and I hope to do more every day until at least I reach the end of the 2nd season. However, with the Flash episode reviews coming back on Wednesday since we're getting new episodes, not to mention the premiere of Black Lightning, I don't know. It's going to make things a bit harder, but considering that I have so much to do, it's not funny. Tomorrow, or rather on Monday, I will be making a mid-month update which will explain everything. And hopefully this will get things a bit fixed up. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this TMNT review. It's not much of a long review because it's really late right now and I need to get this done and everything. I should have actually done this sooner, but I was too busy playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm now at Chapter 7, just saying. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me, and I will see you tonight when I review Mutagen Man Unleashed. Oh, I'm going to have a field day with that, trust me. So yeah, that's it. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. Boo Yakasha.